What is going on, guys? PaPaSea back in the video for you guys, bringing you week 3 of season 3 of the GBA D-League. This week, your New York Klinks are taking on Randy, coach of the the Texas Rangers. I don't know why it sounded weird in my head. His link, of course, will be in the description. My opponent has a pretty scary team. He has PaPaSea and Halucha, which is quite a threatening duo because they're stupid fast. As you know, Halucha has the electric seed and the inverted ability. You set out of the terrain, your speed essentially doubles, which is kind of crazy. PaPaSea in general is crazy. In this matchup, I was actually most scared of that Meloetta, as weird as that sounds, because he has things like Mega Caesar, he has PaPaSea, he has Halucha with PaPaSea, very, very threatening. He also has Nidoking on his team, which he didn't bring. Most threatening thing to my team is that Meloetta, just because I don't really have too many answers to it, depending on the set that is. If it's pure form, then it's really not that much of a problem. My team, though, if you missed the team roll, the link's in the description. We have a somewhat bulky Excadrill with Stealth Rocks. We have a Pidgeot with Agility, because after Agility, I outspeed Halucha even after the Electric Seed and the Unburden. Defensive Weezing, because if you look at his team, Weezing is just good in this matchup. The Hoopa set is actually a defensive set. I'm not sure the exact set, I forgot. But I know it's EV to take 3 modest Sludge Wave from a Nidoking, which is kind of cool. And of course, you can kill it with a Psychic. Then I have defensive Sylveon. It's kind of a mixed Sylveon. If you watch Team Roller, it's more mixed defensive. And then I have a Z Rain Dance Tail Glow Manaphy, just because if the Halucha is out of the way, or if the Coco is out of the way and the terrain is gone, Manaphy can win. So in this matchup, I'm like, you know what? Let's lead with either Weezing or Excadrill. Excadrill can get rocks up. If you look at his team, I really thought he would lead with the PaPaSea or the Meloetta, because they can both just U-turn out. I figured he might bring Scarf PaPaSea this matchup, just because it'll be the fastest thing in the entire matchup no matter what I do. Because I thought he thought that I would bring Scarf Tauros, because Scarf Tauros just has a pretty good matchup against him, because I can just click Earthquakes and stuff like that. But he just led Caesar, and I regrettably did not lead Weezing. I led with my Excadrill, and I'm thinking here, like, okay, he could overpredict, he could just go for U-turn, but I don't want to risk that if he has Superpower or any other thing that can hit me hard. I don't think Caesar gets anything else to hit me that hard. So I figured, you know, let's just switch out. He's probably going to U-turn, but I don't want to risk taking the Superpower. I go straight up to my Weezing because I figure I can Will-O-Wisp this thing. I have Flamethrower. Really not that big of a deal. Kind of wish I brought Toxic Spike because he didn't bring Nidoking. Then I think about it, he brought Muck, so Spikes would have been useless, so never mind. He goes into this, he Mega Evolves, whatever. And he does go for Superpower, which is good that I switched out. And here, I just decided to go for Will-O-Wisp because I figure if I Flamethrower, it might not kill. Because depending on a set, of course. And I figure if I Will-O-Wisp, this thing is crippled. It really can't do that much later on. Its attack is already down, so it's really not that much of a threat, especially if it's Burn. He decides to switch out, though, actually. He goes out to his Meloetta here. And here I was a little scared. I wasn't sure if he was going to be Scarf. I have no idea what set he was going to be. But I do go for the Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, we miss, which is very unfortunate. It's not the worst thing in the world. It might have mattered for, like, damage later on. I don't really know, because he has Life Orb, spoilers. So I do switch out here because I want to take a Psychic or a Psyshock or Zen Headbutt, even if he's Purette form. So go out to my Sylveon because I can take pretty much any hit bar Psyshock. Psyshocks do hurt a bit. Psyshocks should do about like 49%, I think it is. Unfortunately, though, he is Life Orb, so that's going to do a lot more damage. And judging by the calcs, I think he was modest, but I'm not 100% sure. Later on, I did realize he was timid, though, and you'll see why. So I take leftovers damage back, which is really no big deal. And I figure I should probably switch out, but as I had to stay in, and I just go for the Hyper Voice just to do damage. He goes out to his Muck, which is going to take a neutral. I go for Wish, actually. I don't go for Hyper Voice, my bad. I go for Wish because I know what he wants to do. And here I'm like, okay, can't really stand on a Muck. I don't want to take a Poison Jam or anything like that. So I decided to just switch out here. And I don't remember what I go out into. This battle happened like 4 days ago, if I'm being honest. So I switch out. And what do I go out into? Also, my webcam was freaking out. You might notice it looks a little bit weird. It's like more widescreen. I don't know. It was messing up. I go out to this. Okay, he pulls the double, actually, and I'm like, oh, crap. He goes back to his Caesar. I don't know what he thought I would go out into. I think maybe he thought I'd go to Excadrill. But I went to Weezing just to neutral play because I wanted to take a hit and go for a Will-O-Wisp and cripple his Muck even more. He goes for U-turn there, which is fine. I think here I go for Will-O-Wisp again. U-turn doesn't do that much damage. Weezing is putting in the work. That was even a crit, too. That did, like, no damage. Which is great. So Caesar switches out. He goes back to Two-Face, which is the Meloetta. Here I do connect with the Will-O-Wisp, which is fantastic. Now, if the Will-O-Wisp connected before, maybe I would have clicked Flamethrower. I don't know. A little bit unfortunate how that worked out, but it's whatever because it's burned now. So if it is a physical Meloetta for whatever reason, if it is Purette form for whatever reason, it's not going to do any damage to me, which is great. So here I'm thinking, if he's Psyshock, I could probably take it. If he's Psychic, I can't. So I switch out. I don't want to risk it. I go out into my Sylveon, think I could take a hit, and as you can see here, he just goes for Hyper Voice, does a ton of damage, and at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't think I can take a Psyshock, but I really don't have a switch in. And I don't know if it's worth saving Sylveon and going out to something else and having it essentially die, so I just stayed in, which might have been my downfall, because Sylveon is... So, okay, week 1, Sylveon was second in MVP rankings, somehow. I don't know how the MVP rankings work, but somehow it was second, which is amazing. And it goes down here, which really sucks. So, here I'm thinking, okay, I know he has Psyshock. He probably has U-Turn. He has to have Thunderbolt, because my team is still pretty electric weak. And, what did I say? Wait. And probably Dazzling Gleam as his other move. So I go to Pidgeot here, I'm thinking, okay, I outspeed, he might have Thunderbolt, but I can just U-turn, and I can bait out the Thunderbolt here. And that's exactly what I do, because I figure, if he does have Thunderbolt, he has really no reason not to click it on this thing. So I go for U-turn here, you'll see in a second. It doesn't do enough damage to kill, of course. Looking at that damage, if I had gone for Flamethrower with Weezing, I don't think he would have died there. So I got to Gurren here, right? And he goes for Thunderbolt. And I'm immune to it, obviously, because I'm a ground type. Now, here is where I make another mistake. He takes the burn damage. He's not taking Life Orb damage because he didn't go for the attack, obviously. I'm pretty sure Flamethrower would have killed it. It doesn't matter, though. So, here I'm thinking, okay, he has to have U-Turn as his last move. I have a Hoopa on my team. Why would he not have U-Turn? He has Focus Blast. And down goes Excadrill. And I'm like, crap. Because I really didn't expect him to have Focus Blast, because the only thing it hits on my team is Excadrill. And, like, I just didn't think it was worth running. But he did. He did it. So, there we go. Down goes Excadrill, which really sucks. Now, I didn't bring Gigalith this matchup, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, because Gigalith is basically useless without Excadrill. Or it would have been, I should say. So I got to my Weezing again, because I figure I can just Sludge Wave this thing. If he can't really... He can switch into Caesar, but I mean, I could just go for a Flamethrower. It's not really the worst thing in the world. Gets the terrain up. And then I'm realizing, like, holy crap. Thunderbolt does a ton of damage to everything on my team. And I didn't see an item on his Tapu Koko. And he's a Z move, which really sucks. He is just the electric one. I thought he would be the Nature's Madness one, maybe, just so he can like do things to my Sylveon. He could like hit it down to 25% and then go for Thunderbolt and kill me. But he just goes straight for the pure offensive power and just goes for the Z Thunderbolt. It might be Z Thunder actually, for all I know. I don't know. Did a lot of damage though. That's all I know. It killed me, which is unfortunate. Now he goes Weezing, aka Apocalypse Virus. The name got cut off. I didn't realize the name would be too long, and it's just Apocalypse V. I guess that's the name now. So down it goes. I go to Lucifer here because I think if he thinks I'm Scarfed, I can kill him. I don't know. Maybe he'll just be scared and switch out. And I pull a double, which I don't remember doing. I pulled a double into Goku, predicting the... There we go. Those are the plays. These are the plays we got to make, like, early on. Not when we're losing. And he goes for U-turn. But it's kind of a lost cause, because he can just go out into his Hawlucha, and he can just go for Thunder Punch, because Thunder Punch... That's another reason why Hawlucha's so freaking good. Thunder Punch in the terrain. He goes to this thing, though. Which, I don't know why he didn't go out to his Hawlucha, because I think he could have won with Hawlucha there. I go for Hurricane. I get the Confusion, which is cool. Does a good amount of damage, too. I don't know what item he is. He could have been Assault Vest. I honestly don't remember the calcs. But he does not Black Sludge or anything like that, so I know that much. Or Life Orb, for that matter. He goes Poison Jab. It's not going to be enough to kill me, which is great. Pidgeot's going to take it. I'm going to need him to hit himself in Confusion, though. At least once, in order to get the kill on him. So I just go for the U-turn, figuring it's better than relying on hacks. I go for U-turn. I think I go to Hoopa here, actually. What else do I have on my team? No, I go to Manaphy. Okay, I go to Manaphy, right? And I'm thinking, like, alright. If I can pull off some shenanigans here, I can at least preserve differential. He goes for Poison Jab. I think do a lot of damage. I think it's the poison here, too. Does he get the poison? No, he doesn't get the poison. Okay, good. So here I just go for Z-Surf, because I figure this thing would die. If he decides to be aggressive and switch in Hawlucha, predicting me to go for either Z Rain Dance or Tail Glow, then Hawlucha will take a Z-Surf and probably die. He just stayed in, though, which is a bit unfortunate. Had he done that, though, that would have been amazing. I don't know why he would have, but he could have. And I go for Hydro Vortex here. It's going to kill the Muck, which is great, actually. So I think now it's 4-3 or 4-2. Actually, I lied. The Muck lived. What? I thought it died. And he snaps out of Confusion. Goes to Poison Jab. I think I live this one and kill with another Surf. I think that's what happens. Right? Yeah, I live this one. Terrain goes away, which is actually somewhat relevant, because Hawlucha can't just come in on me right now. I go for Surf, and that's going to take out the Muck, which is great. So at this point, he literally just has to send out Koko, and he pretty much wins, because he can just... honestly, a U-turn might even kill a Manaphy at this point, if he has U-turn on his Koko, which he probably does, because again, I have a Hoopa on my team. I don't know, I just thought that he'd bring U-turn on every possible thing that he could. I thought Hydreigon would come with U-turn, because Hydreigon with U-turn would just bop Hoopa. But I guess he just wasn't that afraid of Hoopa, and I guess it worked out for him. So he goes with Thunderbolt, and down goes with Manaphy, which is unfortunate. And now, I think I just have Pidgeot left. And my only hope, okay, my only hope here is if he, like, misclicks. Oh, no, I have Hoopa, too. What is going on here? Where's my Pidgeot? Did my Pidgeot already die? No, I still have Pidgeot. My only hope here, right, because U-turn kills me, is if I go to Pidgeot, right, and he goes to whatever one he goes out to, and he misclicks, and I click agility on my Pidgeot, then maybe there's a chance. So he switches out with the U-turn, goes up to Roberto, the Hawlucha, the Seed's going to activate, Unburden's going to activate, his speed is going to be stupid, and I go out into my Pidgeot, that's all I got left. And here, I'm like, okay, if he misclicks, doesn't click Thunder Punch, doesn't click any offensive move basically because I'm at 59 HP, and I get the agility off, I can kill this thing. But he goes for acrobatics, that's going to kill me. That's going to be GG to Randy. His link, of course, will be in the description. My downfall was basically I would say the Excadrill play was a pretty big downfall. Just because, like, I made a risky play, thinking he wouldn't have Focus Blast, which I still think it makes sense to not have Focus Blast and have U-turn over that. That's just me. Had I still had my Excadrill, I would have had a better switch into the Tapu Koko, which would have been great because it's the Z Electric move, so I would have just been immune to that. I would have had a better switch into the Muck as well, and it just would have been a lot better. And with the biggest thing that I still would have trouble with was the Hawlucha, which unless I was able to get off an agility with Pidge, that's the only way I could have seen myself figuring that out. So basically, I should have brought a better answer to Meloetta. That's really all that it comes down to. I'm trying to think of what possibly could have been good. Like, maybe just Scarf Hoopa, honestly. Scarf Hoopa with Hyperspace Fury. Actually, yeah. Scarf Hoopa with Hyperspace Fury against this 6 would have been actually pretty nice. Either way, maybe even Dark Pulse, actually. I don't know how much Dark Pulse would do to Meloetta because it's like 125 special defense. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Next week, we take on, I don't remember who we battle, but it's going to be week 4. We're 0-3, but we're not out. There's still 6 weeks left. So, you know, I've been 0-3 before, twice, I think, and still made playoffs. So stay woke. Thanks for watching. Keep rooting for your Klinks. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye.